just pops on real quick. Uh, that's different. Anyways, guys, how is everybody? I'm trying to try on different lights. Right now, I have what's it called? A sunlight, and trying to test it out in different settings instead of getting a ring light. Um, but thank you for those who prayed for me. Um, if you guys don't know, chronic illness is off and on, up and down. You have your good days, you have your bad days. I'm going to put something on and pause it so I can stop looking at it. And so, yeah, just wanted to pop on and say hello and tell you kind of about a prayer being answered. Ever since I moved to the east side, I've been struggling heavily with my health, a lot more than I ever did before. And I'm not sure if it was that first year of drinking this water. I'm not sure if it was all the stress that I went through trying to figure out their school system, fighting for free breakfast, free lunch. I mean, they have free lunch, but free breakfast for kids, and fighting for counselors to do their jobs. I'm still kind of on that a little bit. Throughout the years, they have gotten better at, they at least know who my boys are. If I send an email, it's not to the point that, email this person. Now they're a lot more helpful. But there was a prayer that I've had heavily after I ended up in the hospice the first time in August of 2019. I saw, hello, uh, being silly. Oh, good morning. Where are you from? It's afternoon here. It is, what is it, 3 something? 2:24 here. Um, Hello, Deadpool. Happy Man, Samuel. Um, welcome. Anyways, so the answer prayer, God just finally answered today, or maybe He was just waiting for me to get connected with the right people or make the decision to be consistent. Um, we used to get presents from, oh, hello, Dubai, wow. Hello. Big Apple, hey. Um, yeah, I'm trying to get better about reading the Bible. We used to have a little kiddie book that we used to read a story, Bible story, and talk about it with my ex and the kids every night. And we just started doing that with Bible Gateway. If you don't know about Bible Gateway, if you have a hard time like focusing or having, if you just want to put something in the background while you do something, and you want to be more connected to God in any way, Bible Gateway has all the translations. They will read it to you, whatever verse, whatever. So what I've done is, from the beginning of this month, I look up what verse they have in the morning. Every morning they rotate a verse from the Bible, so it's random. And then what we'll do later on that night around 8 o'clock, we'll click on and let the whole chapter play. And the first night we did it, I wanted to tell the boys, oh, I'm so tired. I was not feeling good. I couldn't even really talk. I didn't even have energy to talk. And after playing and hearing the kids say what they got from it, I began to sit up. I sat up and I had a little light in my eyes, and I could talk. If you guys been here for a little bit, hey, new subscriber, Barbard 889, hello, hello. So yeah, I was like, wow, this is the power of God. And I try not to get too preachy on here because I know people come for the stories or the randomness of my channel. But today we went to North Shore, and we were going there before the pandemic, before I ended up in the hospice. But then the pandemic happened, and I just haven't been motivated. Like, I see different churches online, and I figure, oh, that's good enough. Or I'll make excuses. I'm too tired. I'm too this. It's just too rainy. Too this. Too that. Today I was having some pain in my knees and stuff, so I almost didn't go to this other part because they have two services, and then they were having this thing called Starting Point, and basically it's just to get introduced to the church, what the missions of the church is, and how you can get involved, or just to give you some kind of connection to the church. And I almost just sent the boys. I was going to send the boys so they could get connected and stay home. And I am so glad I went. I found that there's a group that meets close to my house on Fridays, and then some of the ladies wanted to do the arts and crafts. I'm not sure if I talked about it in this channel, but I wanted for like over a year. I think I went in 21 or 22. I did a Mother's Day paint and sip and paint, and I enjoyed it so much. I had my friend and her mom and her daughter was there, and it's kind of like a ladies' night or day out, and I had so much fun. And before that, I made a commitment to myself to just start doing stuff that doesn't involve clubbing all the time or drinking all the time, just healthier things, to hang out with people my age and older. And it's so hard. Like, once you get out of high school, I'm not sure if everybody has a hard time with this. You become a mom, work, and whatever else you're doing in life. After 30 or so, I don't know if it's because you don't have patience or whatever, but it's so hard to connect, especially as females, I think, because guys get together, oh, let's watch sports, oh, let's go to each other's house, watch sports, and that's how they connect. They seem to hang out all the time, and women struggle if it's not like bar or this or that, or if you say, hey, let's hang out, they're like, oh, they think you're gay, or I don't know, it's just weird. So it was exciting to hear one of the ladies at my table, her group meets by my house, so I'll be able to do that and kind of join in. And then the other lady was super excited about getting together and doing arts and crafts. And so I'm like, yes, finally. I do have a couple of other ladies. I just have to figure it out because I don't want to be solely responsible financially to get all the equipment and preparing everything. I want us to kind of rotate who handles that. So the first one, obviously, I'm gonna meet with everybody, whoever's interested, and just kind of do a sign up, like, hey, next time you bring the juices or the drinks or whatever, and another person, you bring the arts or crafts, or let's get together, go bowling, do something. So I'm super excited, and that kind of, I think yes, you can be sick and lose life in your eyes and your brain, and that can get you sicker. It's not all the time, it's not depression. Like, you must be depressed. You're in the house all the time. No, I'm a homebody. So I actually love being in the house. This is coffee, I'm not. I actually love being in the house, but it is hard to connect. Like, I used to have guy friends, the kid's godfather that I used to hang out with, or a boyfriend, or um, um, I don't know, like guys that I talk to on the phone from Florida, from New York, as far as friends or family members. I get along better with guys, and in that sense, they're less judgmental. But at the same time, I crave bonding with ladies my age and older. And um, yeah, so I'm super excited. And if you saw my message a few days ago, I was not feeling good. I think from Thursday to even this morning, I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go. I pushed myself, and I'm so glad that I did. And yeah, I'm going to try to push myself a little bit harder to do, to be a better example for my kids. This is not only going to help me grow as a person, as a woman, but it's going to be good for my kids to see a good example of, me walking the talk. Like, talk, walk the talk the walk. Um, so I'm excited. And as far as, I'm still moving stuff around, guys. And I found this book, and I put it somewhere, and then I moved some stuff in my closet, I'm just trying to, like, really do a deep clean as far as decluttering. I have probably 75% of my clothes I don't wear. Maybe 65% of my clothes I don't wear. And then things that I need, I don't have. Like, I need a raincoat. I had a few, and then, health, fluctuating weights and all that stuff. Um, so yeah, the other thing that happened, I did get my bone scan out the way. If you guys don't know, I've been dealing with different things, and I believe there are side effects from the medication. I became aware that I was positive in 99, HIV positive. I've been dealing with so-called AIDS since the 2001, 2002. My numbers, basically what it means is when you are HIV positive and your immune system drops past a down below a certain percent, a number. Let's say a healthy person, a normal person has 1,000 T cells, fighters in your body, just no cold, no this, no that. A person with an immune deficiency might have 500 or might have 5,000. But with me, I've always been slow to rise and quick to, slow to rise back up, and quick to the numbers just take off. So if I slip up on my medicine, or if I decide to go off my viral load, which is how much virus is in a tube of blood, might be in the billions. And then I get on medication and it drops down, down, down. But my T cells, my fighters, take a little longer. Some people will get on medicine and boom, they have thousands and thousands of T cells fighting. Mine goes, okay, now you have 25, now, which is really, really low. Anything under 200 is considered AIDS. So that's how they determine AIDS from HIV. I don't remember if they changed it where they just go by how people feel, or what are the labs saying besides that number, because some people can have those numbers and still feel great. I used to be one of them. I used to get off my meds 5 years later, get back on another combination, and had a great life. I had 2 jobs, or going to school and working and taking care of my kids and living life, marry, or, you know, wife duties without the ring. So I've never had issues, but moving to the east side, it was, I don't want to call it a mistake. I used to call it a mistake. I used to be mad at myself. But it happened for a reason. I've met a lot of good people. There's certain things that wouldn't have happened with my kids, for myself, if it wasn't for that move. And if we would have stayed in Tukwila, where we were before, in the south part of Washington, Seattle, would we have been safe? There was a couple of situations that made me feel like maybe my kids wouldn't be safe. People running around with guns, or stealing cars and driving up, because the airport was really close to that area, so people would zoom by up that hill. And so as a parent, it's hard to know, like, what's what sometimes. Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right choice? Am I making the right choice that I think it's best for me, or is it better for my whole family? How are my kids going to benefit from this? How am I going to benefit? Can I sacrifice my happiness? Which, that's what I've been doing. I feel like I've sacrificed myself, or my happiness, to make sure that the boys can finish school strong and have some kind of pattern and just normalcy. Because at one point, I think when my oldest was in 7th grade, I noticed that his school pictures, had a different name every 2 to 3 years. So I was like, what? I didn't notice that he didn't go to school at the same school for more than that. And I've always wanted my kids to have like what I saw on TV growing up. It's like, oh, I went to middle school with this kid, and me being into foster care, I guess that's why I didn't think about it, because I felt like I was okay. I moved around a lot, and I turned out and I just made friends. It made me more sociable. But some kids, you want me to move that up your way? My cat just looked at me like, this dang curtain is getting in my nose, mama. Sorry, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this down for a little bit. Tie this up. She, that's funny. She gave me that look like, Mama, this thing is blowing in my nose, blowing in my face. Mm. It's okay, Cola. Now she winking at the window, telling me thank you in her own way. But, so yeah, because I noticed that, I thought, that's kind of sad that I didn't, then I felt selfish. I was like, that's not right. That's not right. Like, I want my kids to know their friends, to build a sense of security. And so I stayed. I stayed in Kirkland, and I'm still, some days I'm like, oh, yes, this is a good choice. I love the greenery. I love the fact this and that, blah, blah. There's some days that I look at the bills and I'm like, dang it, I'm paying double to be here. But, so today is one of those days that I'm like, I'm glad I will stay. Because now we can get connected to this church that's going to feel like a home again. I haven't felt this good about a church since we were in Florida. When I was in Florida, man, that was like, it was like an instant match with that church. Me and the kids felt so comfortable there. And I had that feeling before in other churches in Washington. But I'm not like, I know that Pastor Casey, I'm forgetting the church. If anybody knows, if Melanie's here or the kid's godfather, Christian Faith Center, I think it was called. We went there for a while. And then I went to Mount Zion. That was across the street from the house. I actually worked there doing the summer program for the kids. That was crazy because we were up from like 6 to 6. My oldest had swimming classes before. I went there around 10 or 11. Was there until 5 or 6. But I loved it. I know a lot of kids, oh my God, how you deal with all those kids? And I loved working with little kids. Like, I get my creative juices going, and you have the freedom to do so much. And I love that part. So, anyways, yeah, I'm still looking for the book. So, not still. I found it a few times, and then I moved stuff around. Like I said, I'm trying to declutter, so I'm going through, like, I have 10 bins that I've been going through slowly, and just, okay, it's hard to donate, but donate. I've been posting on Buy Nothing on Facebook and giving away stuff. I used to try to sell stuff, so I was like, dang, I just paid $100 for this. It could be a year later, and I'm like, what did I get this for? It's like I just gave away these little 2 side table things. When I looked at it, it looked like a good idea, but the insides are kind of like cardboard, and so I don't know. But the person that got them, they got them for their little girl, and they were super excited. I said, yeah, it probably, because I am a bright person, colorful person, so I was like, yep, it's meant for a little girl with all the pastel colors. And so She was so excited. She sent me a picture of it in the daughter's room and how she set it up, and I was like, oh. So that makes me feel good. So it's doing a lot of good to give back. Um, but yeah, when you collect, um, I'm a person that likes to think I'm gonna create because I like artsy and crafty stuff. So I'm always like, oh, I can do something with this. Oh, I'm gonna do something with this box. So it started in the summer, like July. I was like, nope, I gotta start letting it go. And I used to try to put it, like, try to sell stuff, and that took a while. And then people try to talk you down. I'm like, I'm already giving it to you for $5. I just spent $200. Like, what? So I was just like, you know what? Instead of fighting with people over 5, 10, 20, $30, I'm just gonna start giving it away. Stuff was given to me. I was blessed. I'm always blessed. Like, God never lets me go without, you know, I get to the point that I'm like, oh, and then God provides. So I thought, you know what, let me just bless somebody else. Like, it's okay. Um, but I did want to talk about, something else that been heavily on my mind. And I'm not sure if it was the fear of this new surgery that I might have to do. I might have to have, they're doing a whole bunch of tests to figure out what's going on. Did you know that if you have too much calcium or too much this or that, it can have really serious side effects? Like, I didn't know. I thought that your body automatically got rid of anything that it didn't use. So I was taking vitamin D because if you know about Washington or Seattle, you know that it's very cloudy. We don't we don't have a lot of sun. And I'm a tropical girl. I was born in a tropical island, the Dominican Republic, and I lived in Florida for 2 years, and it's just like it started getting to me again. So I was like, instead of getting on antidepressants, I'm gonna try to do my best to do natural stuff. That's why I got the sunlight. I was doing the vitamin D. I was trying to get back into swimming, and but I guess I was taking more vitamin D than my body wanted to, and somehow it turned it into calcium, and then my calcium levels started rising to the point that my doctor was like, "Oh my God, what's going on? What are you doing? Take less vitamin D." So I cut back from taking two little oil gel things in my coffee, my tea, to one. Then I cut to every other day. Then I cut to maybe every 4 or 5 days. And then the doctor was like, no, 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 stop. Because it's getting to the point that it's like dangerous. So I don't know. Sometimes I have a hard time figuring out whether to take the doctor serious or not, because sometimes, like, they don't offer you anything else other than a pill. So it's hard, because I wish that they could say, okay, yes, we need to look into this and you need to be careful. But can one of you guys let Cola out? Sorry, guys. Let me see. Can I mute it? Sorry about screaming in your ear. But So yeah, I didn't take it serious at first. This time around, now they've been doing tests because there's been other stuff going on. So they were like, okay, a lot of things can show too much calcium in your body. If you have diabetes, it can show up too much calcium in your body. If you have some kind of cancer, it can show that your body's trying to alarm you, like you have too much calcium and it's really cancer or it's really diabetes. And so I was doing all these tests and really just crossing my fingers because I was like, I cannot deal with diabetes, I cannot deal with cancer. um, and so I was really scared for like a year or so. I think it's been 2 years of testing for the cancer. Then it was like, well, we're thinking more it's like that, maybe diabetes. So I was trying to cut back, trying to remember what I did last time when I was diagnosed with pre-diabetic. I actually was able to turn that around. Um, so I was like, okay, more water, this type of tea, more juicing, all these things that I remember doing. I don't remember everything I did to overturn that diagnosis, but I know I can research because I did it once, I could do it again. So that was more of like, okay, I could deal with that. I could overturn that if it's not too late. Um, but now, this, I think, November, December, they were like, it's getting more intense, so you definitely got to be careful. So when I feel chest tightening and this and that, I get a little nervous because I'm like, I just read that anything with that situation, I mean, anything can lead to a stroke. It's so scary. Like the thyroid situation, I didn't know that thyroid, like there was thyroid cancer. So it's like, wow. So I was this close to that side, like, cause I tell the doctors something's going on. They're like, oh yeah, 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 side effects from the meds, da 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 da. 10 years later, they're telling me, oh, I guess you were right. You were going through premenopause. Oh, I guess you were right. You were dealing with thyroid. And boy, the numbers were high. Whoa, let's get you on medication right away. And it's like, I wonder if they would have heard me about the premenopausal or the perimenopausal. Could I have, would I have been able to avoid the thyroid? And now this hypercalciism, whatever it's called, it's not what Wendy has where the eyes, it's not the other thyroid. It's something to do with the glands here. And I can actually feel like this gland, I didn't know we have four. I thought it was two because I feel one here. There's four glands underneath your throat. And if you look it up, you see the picture. And they're saying that if they finish out the blood work, the bone scan, I had to do some other type of testing and samples. And so once all that is turned in and analyzed, they'll let me know whether I'll need surgery now or later. And they're saying, you know me, I ask questions like, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can I do anything naturally for this? No, once your glands goes out of whack, starts acting out, there's nothing you could do. I came home and researched, and yeah, it's true. That part was true. You need the doctor's help at that point where I'm at, because I didn't know for a while that that was happening. Um, so, and the doctor that I met with, the specialist for this situation, was really friendly. A black lady. I was like, "Go ahead, Miss Man." She looked young too. She looked like she was younger than me. I'm like, I was impressed. Like, two snaps. Her name sounded like a white man, so I wasn't excited to go to that appointment. When I saw her walk in, I said, "Doctor who?" I said, "What?" And she was very patient. She answered every question that I had. She didn't rush me. She was, so she's like, "Yeah, we do this a lot." I said, "I've never heard of it. So if the surgery is done a lot, how come, there's a lot of things we never heard of. If if none of our family members went through it, or we don't experience, we don't know. Because how do we know to research whatever, whatever?" So now I'm just doing what they asked me to do, being a good girl, and I'm gonna try my best to lead myself into being more of a vegetarian and hopefully eventually a vegan. Now, I don't know if I can give up cheese because that's the only thing and the meat that they use. I don't, I'll do tofu, but, so yeah, I've been thinking about that anyways for like 10, 20 years now. Like, especially after I had my little one, like, he didn't want meat. He basically was made himself a vegetarian at like 2. He just wouldn't eat meat. He would eat the rice and beans. He would eat the vegetables. He would eat the fruits and peanut butter and jelly. And the funny thing is, he didn't want meat, but he would eat. He would love pepperoni pizza, and I'm like, what does he think that is? Oh, he'll eat hot dog, and it's like, okay. So yeah, we stopped. Anyways, um, but yeah, after I had him, because of him, I had to research. Okay, how does he get his protein? How can I maintain him healthy? Because he used to get sick a lot. So once I was able to figure that out, I was like, okay, well, if I could do it for him, he just doesn't eat anything else other than the non-meat stuff. And I was like, I could do that too if I wanted to be healthier. And so, but once in a while I get the sniff of a fried chicken, or I'm like, oh man, this is hard to do. So I'm still struggling with that part. But I did find some vegan, vegan and vegetarian Dominican pages on YouTube, so I'm excited to check them out and try them out. I'm still gonna use my seasoning that I have because I don't want to throw away stuff. Um, and then figure it out on the way. There, so I don't know if I can be a vegan and still use certain things. That's the type of vegan I'm gonna be because I'm not gonna avoid chicken bouillon or beef bouillon, oh this and that. Now pork, I'm determined this year to give it up. I'm determined. Like, that's it for me. I'm gonna give up pork, which is hard because the holidays with the pernil and the salami, Dominican. If you've seen some of my dishes, you know I love me some salami, some Dominican salami, el tres golpe. The plantains, the cheese, the fried cheese, and the salami, and the little onions. Oof. But where there's a will, there's a way. If I was able to overturn my pre-diabetic diagnosis, if I was able to get up from the hospice bed and walk again and talk again and come home to my kids and have healthier years than I've had before that, I could do this. So, but yeah, I'm just waiting on all the results and I'll know. So basically, they say, the doctor said that you have 4 glands, and depending on how many glands are bigger, inflamed, they will cut it out, take it out. My little, my light went out. My, what's it called? My, I actually look better that way anyways. um, so she said, which sounds scary to me, but she said that if they really needed to, if all of 4 of them are inflamed, they could take out 3.5, because you basically only need half to live and to I'm like, well, hopefully it's only one that's inflamed and acting out. And but if there's 2, go ahead. And the good thing about it is, I'm trying to focus on the good thing, is that um, that I'll be able to lose weight faster. I'll have a lot more energy. So that, hearing energy, I was like, yep, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Because I'm anemic. I mean, I have so much stuff going on. So I have at least 2 to 3 things that take my energy besides being a mom and taking care of everybody else. So I was so excited about that because I'm so ready to get back in that pool and go hard and be back in my sexy mode, um, and just feel good in my skin, feel good in my you know. And I know that that also is gonna help the arthritis, my knee arthritis, help me move more and help me to do more. I wanna do more things with the ladies, do more things with my kids, and just be an influence in my community life. I used to volunteer a lot in my kids' school. I used to be involved in my community, and it sucks to not have the energy to be the person that's in my head. Like, I don't know if you understand how frustrating that is. Because what people see now is the shell of me. Like, they might think I'm lazy. They might think like, oh, she does nothing with her life. Oh, she's so unmotivated. She da da da. And it's so fun. And I don't live for nobody else. Like, it's whatever at this point. I used to try to fake it till I make it, and I ended up in the hospital multiple times. Pneumonia twice, 3 times. And if you know anything about HIV or AIDS, pneumonia can actually take you out. So I stopped doing that. After 2019, I stopped living for others. And for those of you who heard my story on and on, off and on, or you were here from the beginning, you know that that's one of my motivating factors why I started telling my story or doing this. I was tired of playing a role, and I didn't even know I was doing it. I felt like people get stuck in feeling like they have to be, or they have to do certain things to be liked, or just to be, to live, to get along. And once I realized, like, wow, I'm this, I feel like I have to be this way with white people. I feel like I have to be this way with Dominicans. I feel like I have to be this way with work people. I had to be all these people. And it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the difference. You have to be professional in certain settings, and you can let your hair down in certain other settings. And some people are more acceptable if you have habits, and some people are not. So, yeah, there's a difference between that and playing a role or having to put on a mask or feeling like you have to, like you're not good enough if you don't. And the weird thing is that I've always been told, and so that's how it becomes something that you don't even know you're doing. Because ever since I landed in New York, I was told I wasn't good enough. Oh, you don't know English fast enough. Oh, you talk too slow. Or you move too slow. Or did. And it's like, it's exhausting. But it's frustrating as hell to be somebody in your head once you learn yourself and you're like, okay, I'm comfortable in this space. I know I love working with kids. I know I love to be involved in my community. I know I love swimming. I know I love this. I know I love that. I love cooking and dancing. And that's okay. Like, I'm not, I'm a business motivator. I'm not a business owner type of like corporate. Like, I'm thinking about something right now that I want to do, and it is a business type, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it that way. I might do it just for fun and sell here and there, or gift, or because giving for me, like, that's one of my love language. So, that's one of my love language. So that brings me joy. And I don't even have the energy to do the crafts and do the arts and crafts and stuff that I used to do. And that can be depressing, frustrating. So yeah, when the doctor said energy, I was like, sign me up, doc. But I'm doing these tests and I'm trying to, I know in the end everything will work out. I know that my goal is to be here to see my youngest graduate and beyond. I'm not gonna keep talking about it. I'm just gonna be, like, I'm just gonna live. Um, as long as God allows me, I'm here. But that's my goal. That's my focus. Like, to get to that finish line, and then, once you go to a point, you go to a goal, and then you're at the next goal. Like, I have a few goals lined up, but that's the one that I'm just tunnel vision on that, and that's where we're at. But looking through one of the bins, I found something. And like I said in my other video that I didn't show my face because I was too tired. I didn't want to scare you guys looking like a mummy or something. But I found my mom, my birth mom, send me these little socks for my oldest. He was 3 years old. He's 20 now. And I found them. And I still have them. And they're good quality because they still look new. But anyways, here it is. Here it is. Cute little socks. And if you know my kids, you know that would be his style. Like, I used to dress him in those type of colors. Look good against his skin. So, having that was such a huge deal for me because, like I said, if you were here to hear the story about my mom, you know that she was 8 years old when she met my dad. He was 18. And she was 14 when she got pregnant, 15 when she had me. He was 24, 25. She was looking for love, for something to love her more than what she loved herself. And she thought she found it in my dad. And when she saw that having a baby didn't make him stay. Now, mind you, my dad was in New York at that time, trying to get the paperwork ready for my mom and me to come to the States. We were in the Dominican Republic, but she was 15. And at that time, she had mental health that in the U.S. we didn't know anything about, let alone in the DR. So one day, the story was told that she couldn't take it. Me crying or me needing to be fed all the time. I don't know. It just became too much for her. And she dropped me off at her mom's doorstep. And in that part of town, it's not really like floors, it's dirt. So, in the dirt. And so from her leaving me when I was like, some people say I was 15 months, some people say I was 18 months, I don't know. But before two, to going to, she wanted to get my son a house in the DR. She wanted to do so much for him. And to see her like wanting to be such a good grandma, and surprisingly, I thought I was going to get jealous. I wasn't. I was super duper happy about it. She used to write him letters. I still have those too. They're in a plastic bin in the closet. But cars, she drew him cars. She was really passionate about being a great grandma, and I'm not sure if it was because she was trying to apologize to me through him. But those little socks, I'm going to get those framed and give it to him so he can have those and they don't get damaged or something. But I'm not crying. It just feels like this part of my face is getting hot. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Premenopause, hot flashes can happen in these spots in your body. And right now it feels like this part is like flat. Hot, hot, hot. So, anyways, and don't think because you're in your 30s you can't. I was shocked. That's why I didn't ask about that, because I didn't think it was that. I thought it was something else. And you have different stages. Like right now I'm still dealing with the hot flashes and the moodiness and the rage. Like I thought it was, I was told when I was younger that menopause was in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and you just got super duper hot, like somebody turned on the heat on you. Nobody ever told me that it was all these different things that happened. The weight gain, the moodiness, the body changing on you. I went from one shape to another, and it was like, whoa, what? I was so used to being a pear, and then it's like an apple and a pear. It's like, whoa, that's too much. So, and I go off and on. When I had energy, I lost 100 pounds, like within 5 to 6 months. I lost 100 pounds. a little bit over 100 pounds. And then something happened. Must have been this hyper, what a calcium, boom, gained it right back. So, um, yeah, all that weighs down, literally and figuratively, all the ways it weighs down on you. And what you find out is, the sad part is, people say like unconditional love and this and that. People get scared. I'm scared too. I'm going through it. I'm going through it, and I have to deal with it. Like, but because they don't understand, and I get it. I would be like, F you. What the hell? 1 minute you cussing me out. 1 minute you missing me. 1 minute, like. But I wish that. I think the people that really know my heart, um, I know that people that really know that if I say I care about you and I love you and I'm trying to reach out, it's because I really want to. Like, I'm not the type of person that plays games like that. Like, I'm yanking you just to see, just to get some kind of sick satisfaction. And I don't get along with a lot of people. Like, I try not to get too attached to people because this part hurts. When you're dealing with somebody, you just want to have people that say that they love you or care about you hold your hand through it, not in real life, because most of the people that I really talk to are not in the States, except for my foster mom. But I know that I can't get too close to that because I get burned every time I get close. So I just kind of have to take her support over the phone. And I do have an aunt that checks up on me a lot in New York. I think now she's in the DR, but I forgot I have napkins here. Yeah, so I mean, God knows that me and my oldest, his dad and we've been through it. But I think because we're both Libras, I know people are like, oh, you were just talking about God, now you're talking about signs. You can believe in more than one thing at once. At least I believe so. I'm not so stuffed up that I feel like, oh, that is wrong, that is of the devil. Like, I'm not one of them. I take my lessons wherever I could find them. And sometimes some of the sayings or readings or whatever fits my life, motivate me to push on or do better. Or I might get an idea, be like, oh, wow, really? So if I try this thing, I would be successful in it? And whether it's true or not, it motivates me to do it. It pushes me to do it. Or this relationship is good, this relationship is not bad. I used to be like, I'm not listening, whatever. And then there's sometimes that I'm like, wow, I should have listened. Because I wasted time on this person, caring and loving them when they didn't love me back. Or didn't care, or just were pretending. So, but yeah, fingers crossed, guys. Like I said, I know I'm taking a lot of deep breaths and stuff like that. I'm more excited to just get it over with. Like, once I realize if I can't fix it myself, if there's if I really do need the doctor's help with this or that, then I just want the anticipation drives me crazy. Like when. Like now, I just want to set up the appointment, get it done, and so when it happens, whether it's the end of February or the end of March or in a year, 2 years, because depending on how it is or what stage it is, I don't know how they put it, but they might wait. And that makes no sense to me because I'm like, well, if you can just fix it now, why wait till it gets worse? Like, but I'm not at this point because I researched a lot. I spent 2 nights just obsessing over this, looking up if what did it, what is this word? What is that? What did, are you sure I can't do nothing naturally? I I went to an herb store and there's herbs, there's different herbs that you can help um, for your insides, different organs. I think it's the kidneys that kind of get backed up because of your glands. I'm not sure right now, but I did. I went into a naturopath. I set up an appointment right away because I'm like, okay, you can't just take one doctor's opinion or one hospital opinion. I go different places. And they're like, yeah, I mean, you don't like taking pills and you would have to take these, and then it will see. And I don't like that we'll see because I'm at a point that I can't risk it. Like, yes, I'm taking my medication finally the right way. Oh, my nose is itchy, like the top part. Um, don't worry, I'm not doing it. I think it's just the makeup. I need to take it off. But yeah, there's too many other things going on to let one thing put one thing on hold. So I'm just gonna take everybody's advice, and because I'm not taking 10 vitamins and herbs and hope that that helps that, and then something else might get worse because I'm not paying attention. So I'm just gonna do what the doctors say, but I'm also getting some different things for at home, some different oils, some different teas. I'm not gonna do any vitamins because I didn't know that vitamin E can turn into calcium, and too much calcium can turn into cancer. It's just like, oh my goodness. They say, oh, take your vitamins, take your vitamins, take your vitamins. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing good. I'm taking vitamin C, vitamin B, multivitamin. And then boom, you have too much calcium. What does that mean? Oh, it could. Mm. I was really scared when they were thinking it was cancer because I had to have, once you turn 40, I believe, you have to get your yearly mammogram done, and they found a lump in one, and I was like, okay, the calcium, now the lump, what's going on? But luckily it was just, I forgot what they call it. You can have enlarged glands and it's natural. It's just hormones dealing with each other and clashing, but nothing harmful. Thank God. Found that out last year. So just fingers crossed, guys, because there's days that I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to make it this time. Like, I'm stubborn and I push through and I push myself a lot. And because I am younger, like even at the bone scan appointment, I was the youngest person there, and I could tell when the doctors look at me and it's like, what the heck you doing here? And he was walking at high speeds. I'm like, we are not in New York. Like, that's the one reason I did not want to move back to New York. I could not do that speed walking anymore. Like, no. I'm used to Mellifella, Seattle, where you could have a whole sidewalk to yourself. You don't have, excuse me, boom, 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 boom. You feel like you are in a football freaking field in New York City when you're walking them sidewalks. And it's packed. You're like pack rack and football. And let you stop to look at somebody or something. Like I was looking at stores, they have stuff hanging. I was like, oh, I'm going back after so many years. I wanted to get something. I didn't know what I was gonna get for myself that said New York or reminded me of the trip. Saw a backpack. I was like, oh, it had New York on. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, and it's something I can use every day if I wanted to, or my kids. Man, this old guy, 70 to 80 years old, easy, because they move out there. It's not like the 60, 50, 70-year-olds out here. They, out there, they could still go up a flight of stairs, fifth floor. They live on the fifth floor, sixth floor. It's not just 1, 2, 3. It's like 1, 2, and they will climb those stairs like it's nothing. Put you to shame in your 30s. It's like, this guy behind me, excuse me, it's Spanish. And I was like, so I had to kind of switch on the New Yorker in me. I said, what? Kind of back at him, like, chill. Like, ugh. That's too much hostility, man. I already have a bad attitude. I'm moody as hell. I cannot see myself living like that anymore. When I lived there, I was younger. I left when I was going into high school. So what was that, 14? So even then I was still slow walker, slow talker. So people used to, oh, why you talk so slow? Oh, why you walk so slow? It's like, because I want to. Leave me alone. Oh, no. But anyways, I just came to show my face because I know I owe you guys a video. And I want to get back to tell you the truth, I'm having a hard time wanting to do my story anymore. Because I kind of got what I wanted to out of it. I wanted to get it off my chest, the main parts of the dark times that I went through. So I'm having a hard time, like, wanting to focus on people that don't matter no more, or things that don't matter anymore. So I don't know. I mean, I'll take some suggestions. If you guys want me to get back to the stories, maybe I can figure out how to do the poll thing. I'll put a poll. Now, if you guys don't participate, then I might just keep doing these random stories and just give you that. Because I'll be like, they don't care. So, but participate in the poll. It's going to be up today. Can you please say hi? But you don't have a name. It says 1317CS. I hope that you're not trying to set me up. I'd be scared to look at the comments. Shout out. Okay. Alright, reading some of the comments that came in after I stopped looking down. Now, what's the throw up? What's the throw up? You didn't want to talk about religion? Thank you for being here. I see that I'm almost up to 300. So once I get up to 300, I want to do something different. I've already did like a DJ type of thing. I danced for my birthday. Go check it out. Chapter 45. I think I called it. Um, I want to do something. Maybe if I get up to 300, I'll figure out how to do the random pick and maybe pick 3 people out of the, however you do it, the lottery thing. I'll figure out. I talked to one of the YouTubers. She's been doing this Nika Night. When I first started telling my story, I asked her to kind of check me out and give me suggestions, and she was so nice. Like, she's huge. She got a big platform, and she took time. She looked at, I don't know what video I put up that she was looking at, but she's like, yeah, just, work on your lighting and this and that. She gave me some suggestions, and I was shocked because I thought I didn't think she was going to check her messages and definitely not respond. So some people respond, like Tasha K, she'll respond, or her team responds. She'll respond, and then Mika and I responds. It's Rocks responds. She's really good too. The other ones, they're stuck up, man. Like, you'll send them a message, they'll might see it, they might not. But I still watch them because they're entertaining. But yeah, she gave me some suggestions, so that was nice. But yeah, I just kind of wanted, when I first started doing it, I didn't know what I was gonna get out of. I didn't know that I was gonna be set free the way I was. I was hoping that it would set me free and it would give me the freedom, or the feeling of feeling like, okay, I could let it go. I could let it go, because no matter what I did in that situation, when I was talking to my dad, I felt guilty. I felt weird. I felt this. When I wasn't talking to him, I felt guilty. I felt weird. I felt this. So now I'm okay with the decision that I made after I started the videos. I talked to, there's some family members that curse me out. A lot of them were here, and I lost like 200 people after certain videos. Uh, Almost 200, because I almost had 250 at one point, and then boom, I noticed it dropped to like 50 something, 60 something. I was like, oh, I guess my family didn't want to hear that. Which, I mean, it hurts, because it's like, how are you mad about what happened to me? I mean, I understand some of my cousins, I understand their frustration, or because it's like, okay, you're talking about my parents, or you're talking about somebody I know, or somebody I love. Okay, I get it. But that's the weird thing about, I don't want to call myself a victim. I don't consider myself a victim anymore. But that's the victim blaming stuff that, you hear a lot on TV and shows and therapists use. It's like, so you want me to get over it and you want me to heal. But then when I do something to do that, then you're saying that that I'm the one to blame. You're mad at me. It's like, it's crazy. It's weird. But you can't control what happens Like, I, as long as I know I wasn't doing it for evil intention, like go after this. I didn't say no legal names. I didn't say no social security. Like, I didn't say no addresses. Like, it's not about that. I would never want anybody to attack anybody that I talk to just because, Now, the guy that gave me this and the narcissist, yes, like, I wish somebody would, but not attack, but just like, know to stay away from people like that, like my little one's dad. I wouldn't want somebody to deal with identity theft because I dealt with somebody that's able to do that. Give their the the person that they say they love, give their sister their information, and boom. I went through 3 years of hell, 2 years of hell because of that. And among other things that he did, um, or deal with the narcissist and have issues afterwards, you know, knocked me out of my little self-esteem road that I was on for like those 3 years I was with him. It was hard, but if it's in you, it's in you. Like, I never do anything by myself. Like, yes, it's in me to motivate, to get motivation or to get the help. And I'm never too scared to admit or tell my truth. Like, this is what I'm going through. It's embarrassing, but this is what I'm going through, and I need help. And because I've always done that, I think that that's what helps me snap out of it and kind of come back and come back stronger as far as mental. Now, health-wise, there's days that I'm like, is it getting close, Lord? But I'm here, and I'm gonna just be here until God said no. So I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm not gonna stress it. I'm not gonna worry. Sometimes I wish I would have done healthier things in my 20s and 30s to prepare myself for my 40s and 50s and 60s and so on and so on. So, but it's okay, start today. You say you don't like water, drink 2 cups of water today. Just sip it slow. Every time you walk by the kitchen, you want a snack, sip, 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 sip. Put it in shot glasses. That's how I started. I was one of those people. I don't know how they drink 8 glasses or what. How do you do that? Now I drink a gallon easily. Not a day, but in 2 days when I was trying to reverse the diabetic diagnosis, or pre-diabetic. Yes, I did work myself up to a gallon. I had to do the gallon of milk. I dumped the milk, or, once the kids finished the milk, I rinsed it out real good. I marked it. I started at 6 o'clock, or no, 7 o'clock. And it went all the way until 9. And I would push myself, and I found out that adding cinnamon to things would lower your blood or your sugar levels. So I would put cinnamon in my coffee instead of sugar, and a little bit of honey. And let me tell you, the first few days I was like, I might as well do tea. So I started looking at what teas were naturally a little bit less bitter than the normal teas that I like. Because I put a whole scoop, I use a measuring cup thing. I put a whole scoop of sugar in my coffee and in my tea. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can't do that. I gotta give up. Then I found out the white rice and pastas and stuff like that turn into sugar. Bread turns into sugar. So I had to slowly cut that. So it took me a year or two. And with that, I was also getting diagnosed with like a stigma in my eye. And they were like, yeah, you're going to need glasses. No, I don't. I wanted glasses so bad when I was little because they always made people look sophisticated and classy days. And, you hear all these fantasies about that teacher with the outfit and, I was like, oh, I could be a sexy teacher. Yeah, I want some glasses. But when they told me I needed them, oh, my brain go, I don't like to be told what to do. I want a choice. I want it to be my choice. So I was like, okay, I got two things to handle. Focus, boom. What can I do? What can I do? Google the heck out of what can I do? Two, what can I do to overturn this? What can I do to improve my vision? Oh, carrot, this, that, beets, that. The same thing with iron. How can I get iron? Oh, if you do orange juice and tomatoes, that has, boom, boom, boom. So there's combinations of foods that you can do to boost this, boost that, increase your eyesight, da da da. Now, I try to tell that to my kids. It would be too, it sounds horrible, but I know that they wouldn't have the discipline to stay away from sugar and everything that I did to reverse their eyesight stuff. I do as much as I can to juice for them, to this and that. So they have improved a little bit, but you can't force even kids. You can't force people to do anything. So I just try to show them, like, look, my test results were this 2-3 years ago. Look at me now. Look at them now. And try to use myself as an example that yes, you can. Just like the professor? Yes, you can. So I'm like that choo-choo train. I think I can. Always trying to climb, and the climb has gotten like, it used to be like this, and then like this, and then like this. Now, some days it feels like it's like this. And boy, it's hard to climb those days. But I wake up and do it again. So that's all you could do some days, sometimes. But just, if you do care, if you do, just be patient. If you do have, I know that I've talked to people that take care of the parents and this and that. Some of the people that help me take care of their parents, and they're frustrated because it's like, oh, they're so cranky. It's like, man, you try to be a shell of a person that you were. Have people shoving pills down your throat, telling you what to do, how to do, pushing you to do what you don't want to do. Sometimes you just want to sit down and not be bothered. And it should be okay. You're not in a bad mood. You're not being moody. You just want your own thoughts. But because you're in a place, most older people are in, nursing homes and stuff like that. When nurses come, they poke, they prop, take your temperature, this, that, pressure, this, that. It's like you're always being bothered, and then your body hurts, or you're weak. And then you gotta answer the same damn questions over and over and over again because the new nurse came in, or you have somebody training. It's like, why is that my job? Yeah, I just want to be. So yeah, I've been in the hospice twice, and I see now. And some nurses are crappy. Like, they should not work at those places because they learn something in a book and they don't know how to communicate. And they're, well, this is how it has to be. It's like, bitch, no, it doesn't. Like, learn something. Watch another nurse that's been doing this for 20 years. So And it's scary because for me, I'm able to talk and express myself and tell them no, or tell them how I'm going to do things, or tell them what I need. And I think about those people that are there that the kids don't visit them, nobody comes by and checks up, if somebody just sends a check. And those nurses that are bad nurses, that have bad, they just want to get to another place or get their training out the way. It's like they get away with doing whatever, whoever, but they expect the same older people that are there maybe being treated like crap, or not saying that I was, but it's just scary. It's scary to, once you have to have control of your life because nobody does it better than you, basically. And then you're not in control of nothing. That has to be hard. I know firsthand. It is. It is. The only time that I couldn't react, or I didn't react, was when I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk, I could barely think. I was throwing up for 4 days. I just, they came in, they saw me, okay, okay, sorry, we just brought you lunch. There wasn't, but once, it, all the checking up and all this, it's like, oh my God, oh my God. Or when you want to get yourself mentally stronger, like there was a time that I was trying to push myself. They were like, "Joe, you have to call us to go to the bathroom because we have to use the straps on you." And I was like, I'm all right. Like, I have a walker in my room. I'm okay. The bathroom is right there. It's like 3 steps over. I'm in the bathroom. 2 more steps, I'm on the toilet. Like, what? No, I don't want to. I felt like I was bothering them too. That's the other thing that's hard for me because, like, when I feel good, I look good. So I almost feel, and I had to share this with the caseworker that was there this time. I said, I feel like I'm wasting a space. Like, I was only there for a month this last time, but I almost felt like I was taking somebody else's space. Like, I could walk, I could talk. There's people in there that, obviously they gotta get a bath given to them. They're not mobile. And then I go through this guilt thing, like, what am I doing? Why? But then when I'm home, I'm like, no, I really do need the help. Like, but I wish that there was more flexibility as far as, like, maybe a place that's for people that are more mobile than, but at the same time, beggars can be choosers, and you just gotta be grateful for what you can do. So yeah, it's a lot of mental stuff that goes on when you are dealing with chronic illness, because it's like you have good days and bad days. And if somebody, a caseworker or whatever, catches you on a good day, then whatever you went through the last 3 days, 5 days, month, they look at you like you're lying or whatever. So anyways, I'm gonna get going. I said this was gonna be a 30-minute video again. How you guys like my little telltale, my little ponytail? But I think I'm gonna get them in every color. I like it. It was quick and easy to put in. Um, but yeah, it's hard. Life is hard. There's so many different things going on, and you know, we just gotta find a way to love the ones we say we love, And if you have a hard day with them, find somewhere to vent, but don't give up on them. Don't walk away from them. Um, if you know somebody, now if somebody's playing games, yeah, like I've cut people off that play games with me, blood or not. Like, you playing games, get the hell away from me. Like, I don't have the energy. I definitely don't have the time or the energy anymore. I used to force myself to have the energy for people that I loved, whether they were blood or not, and force my way to stay in their life. And it's like, going through what I've been going through the past 2 years with the fears, and it's like, to be honest with you, the people that I cut off, I'm like, when I started thinking about it, I was like, they never asked. They never asked what's going on with my health. I was there for them. They weren't there for me. So, yeah, you gotta evaluate how much energy you're gonna put into somebody that doesn't put into you. And I don't do stuff to get stuff back, but that's how real friendship, real relationship, real whatever goes. Like, I'm too focused on my health to play games like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say I've never played those games. 20 years old, 20. Yeah, I would be like, I'm going to use this person to have 5 boyfriends at the same time for different things. And so, yeah, I played. I enjoy my 20s. And I was trying to be heartless. Because when I liked somebody, they either didn't like me or some. And it's like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, after high school, it's just like, I was like, okay, I'm going to show them that females can do it better. Guys think that they could cheat, this and that. So, yeah, in my 20s. But after I got married, I was like, okay, I got to stop. Like, I'm meant to be a wife. I'm not meant to be nobody's girlfriend, nobody's side chick. Definitely not nobody's side chick. Or nobody plaything. Or and if I want that, then I need to not do that. So I really am around 33, 34. I was like, nope, I'm gonna shut down everything until I am ready to be in that position, or to give somebody that energy. And it has to be, they're looking for a wife too. Like, if you're just, oh, I'm trying to figure it out, I'm going through a lot, yeah, okay, we could be friends, and that was that. But anyways, yeah, just, I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully tomorrow will be another good day for me, health wise, energy wise. I'm tired right now, like my whole body's shaking, halfway cold because I have a fan going. I'm gonna turn off the heat. But I know that my body's trying to tell me, chill. You already did what you were supposed to do. Food is made. Everything's clean. Just chill. So I am. I'm going to listen to my body. So please like, share if you can, and subscribe. We're this close. I think I saw that I was at 292. 300. And suggest, I'm going to do the poll. What was I going to do the poll about? Oh, Lordy. Remind me. But, oh, the poll was like, what do you guys want to do for the 300 celebration? All right. You guys have a blessed blessed week. And call somebody today and tell them you love them. Text somebody today, tell them you love them. Doesn't have to be freaky dicky stuff. It could be a friend. It could be a sister. It could be a aunt, uncle. Just, spread kindness. Like, there's so much negative stuff going on. Spread kindness today and every day. All right. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Mm-mm-mm.